They share a common goal, teacher and pupil in pursuit of an NBA championship. Miami's Pat Riley, the teacher, and New York's Jeff Van Gundy, Riley's prize pupil. On the court, another teacher-pupil story unfolds. Patrick Ewing and Alonzo Mourning, whose rivalry was forged at Georgetown University. In Game 1, Ewing bested his protege. And Allen Houston provided firepower as the Knicks taught their former coach a lesson. But in Game 2, Mourning turned the tables with an emphatic statement. And school was out when Tim Hardaway took control. Now Game 3 with the Knicks and Heat, teacher and pupil on even terms. Who will pass the test today?
This is the NBA on NBC. The 1997 NBA playoffs.
Today from New York City, Game 3 in the Eastern Conference Semifinals series between the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks. Series, Alonzo Mourning, Jamal Mashburn, the New York native who had the big three-point basket in Game 2, and P.J. Brown. And the coach of the Heat is Pat Riley. With a hat trick and Coach of the Year, got his third Coach of the Year award recently. He also won it with the Lakers and with the Knicks. And for the New York Knicks, their starting lineup. In the backcourt, the hot shooting Allen Houston and Childs, who has had a physical and verbal battle going with Tim Hardaway. Ewing, poor shooting. He needs to pick up his shooting percentage. Larry Johnson has had a good playoff series, and the premier rebounder, Charles Oakley. And Jeff Van Gundy, the youngest NBA head coach, 35 years old. He's had some pretty good mentors, Rick Pitino, Don Nelson, and of course, Pat Riley, to name a few. Now let's go down to Paul Sunderland.
All right, Tom, there's very little mystery about this series so far.
Get some offensive production from starts, just like the Heat have to find a third scorer outside of Hardaway and Mourning to wrap up their offensive load.
Heat with the first possession. Mashburn open for a moment, being guarded by Larry Johnson. Hardaway, penetration, pass broken up and stolen by New York. And a quick foul on Mashburn, first foul of the game.
Hardaway probably should have shot that ball rather than trying to pass it. There were a lot of defenders in there. It looked like he had a clear look at the basket. Chris Childs will run the offense for the Knicks, being guarded by Hardaway. Behind the back, Houston fumbled for a moment, but got the shot away, rimmed out, and rebounded by P.J. Brown. Tom, look for Miami to really open up this game. They have younger, fresher legs, especially with another game tomorrow night.
They concede the shot to Brown, and he misses. Wide open look. Rebounded by Ewing. Childs. Mourning intimidated him. Kicks it out to Oakley. He can't hit. And Mourning clears the rebound. Mashburn spinning, cut off by Ewing. The dish, and a miss from point blank range by Brown. Mourning's hurt. Sloppy play to open up by both teams. Mourning just now getting back down court. So's Larry Johnson.
I think Mourning was hit across the bridge of the nose, and for a second or two wasn't quite sure where he was.
I know the feeling. Johnson lost it. Neither team has yet been able to score. Second Miami foul whistled on Alonzo Mourning.
Both teams have shot horrendously in this series. Both teams under 40% for the first two games, and you wonder, Tom, is it the defense or are they just missing good shots?
Well, we've seen P.J. Brown have a couple of good looks. He couldn't hit. Houston has twice been to the rim. That one will be ruled goaltending. Allen Houston finally gets the first bucket.
See if we can get Mourning right there, hit by his own man. P.J. Brown is the one who hit him across the nose.
So finally a basket. And a hand-checking foul on Childs, trying to stop Hardaway.
Almost something like a basket. It still,
right.
still didn't go
through, did it? Just under 10 minutes left, opening period. During the regular season, Miami won a game here at the Garden.
You see the matchups now. Ewing guarding P.J. Brown and Oakley guarding Mourning to try and stay out of foul trouble.
Hardaway. Easy rebound for Larry Johnson.
Ooh, offensive foul on Ewing. Trying to post up P.J. Brown. He got his hand out and called for the hook. Let's see right there, up and under P.J.'s arm. And the offensive foul on Ewing.
So one on Mourning, one on Ewing, both coming on the offensive end. Miami has missed 3 shots and turned it over twice. Mashburn open 3. Similar to the shot he hit in game 2, which iced it for Miami. Mashburn has Miami's first bucket.
And Pat Riley would like nothing more than to see Mashburn have a big game. He needs somebody else to help on the offensive end.
And saying they need to manufacture some more shots for him. Tough underneath. Finally, Ewing pounds it home. His first basket. Mourning jockeying with Oakley for position. Foul called. Charles Oakley. The officials for today's game: Ed F. Rush, Bernie Fryer, and Joy Crawford.
Tom, we talked about how important it was for both Patrick and for Zoe to stay on the floor. You sure don't want to pick up funny offensive fouls, and that's what both players have done in the early minutes of this game.
Off a screen, Leonard. Finds Brown. Again, he's the open man. This time he hits. Only 1 of 3, but finally P.J. Brown gets one down, and Miami's up by 1. From outside, Oakley can't hit. Offensive board, Ewing. Then he lost it out of bounds. Miami ball.
Well, if Miami's going to give up anything on the Knicks' offensive end of the floor, they will be glad to give up that 18-foot jump shot by Oakley and take their chances.
Mashburn, another 3. Jamal Mashburn with 2 3-pointers in 2 attempts, and Miami has its biggest lead. Houston, entry pass to Ewing, lost it out of bounds.
And the Knicks are running, they pointed the wrong way. It's a Knicks ball, but the Knicks are running an awful lot of screens for Allen Houston. You got the feeling, talking to some of the players and to Jeff Van Gundy yesterday, they don't think Bashawn Leonard can cover Allen Houston.
Houston with 27 points in game 1, 19 in game 2. Ewing. And Patrick Ewing has struggled in his shooting from the floor. Patrick coming into today's game only 14 of 43.
And being criticized for taking that fall-away jump shot, Tom, instead of taking the ball strong to the basket.
Patrick telling us that he's gotten some pretty good looks at the basket, just hasn't been able to hit. Mashburn, he's had the hot hand early. That's just inside the arc and short. Childs takes it on the fly.
First 2 3-pointers came to him. He forced that shot.
Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Miami. New York controls with 19 to shoot.
Childs just losing the basketball and telling the official, hey, it didn't go off me.
And it worked. They'll get it back when we return to the Garden.
Both of them extremely hard workers.
Allen Houston, his 4th point of this first period, and pulls New York within 2. Full court pressure from the New York guards. Have to give Allen Houston some credit for shutting off Sean Leonard, too, as Leonard finally connects with that three-pointer.
And that's a huge basket for Leonard, because he's really been struggling. Everybody talking about Starks, but Leonard shooting the ball even worse than John has been. And they ran a pick for him, popped him open, got him a nice look for his first shot. That should help his confidence. From up top, watch Leonard right here in the corner getting the basketball, and Houston just getting there a little too late.
And as you saw, Miami is 3 for 3 from behind the arc. Another outside shot by Oakley, and again, that plays right into Miami's hands.
Exactly. Oakley now has missed his first 3 perimeter jump shots.
Great catch by Mourning to jam it home. The catch was the key there.
And the catch and the position, because you let Alonzo Mourning catch the ball that close to the basket, it's only going to be 2 points.
Larry Johnson, checked by Mashburn.
Illegal
defense call.
Here's the catch by Mourning in traffic. Oakley goes for the steal, and once he comes up empty, an easy bucket for Mourning.
First illegal defense call. LJ, good backside defensive help from P.J. Brown, but he reached in to foul. First foul on P.J. P.J. Brown, one of the top defensive men on this defensive-oriented Miami team. In fact, both these teams, as we mentioned, put a premium on defense, and if you take the ball to the rim, expect to get knocked down.
Exactly, but that's what Larry did, because he went right to the basket. Pretty good this season for Larry. Shot the ball well during the regular season, but the first round against Charlotte, of course, his old team, and so far in this series, even shooting the ball better.
Had to listen to the critics all season long who talked about Charlotte getting the better of the trade with Anthony Mason and LJ performing below expectations in the regular season. He stepped it up in the playoffs. Hardaway to Mourning, triple teamed. Good ball movement. The open man Leonard, his second trifecta.
And confidence is so important when you're shooting the basketball, and Leonard, who really has struggled since game 1 of the Orlando series, is now 2 for 2.
And Miami hasn't missed 4 for 4 from the arc. Childs blocked by Brown. Hardaway pushing the ball. Mourning with the jam from Hardaway.
And Hardaway knew when he passed half court he was going to get a layup for Mourning, because Mourning was running right down the middle of the floor. He drew the defense and got Mourning the easy shots.
And the Knicks
had arrived. In Miami, he has built this team from the ground up.
And Miami leading here by 10. After the Heat missed their first 3 shots, they've hit 7 of their last 8. And there's a steal by Hardaway. Attempted pass to Ewing, picked off by Hardaway. Mourning, low post, guarded by Oakley. Double down momentarily by Childs. Oakley got a hand on it. It'll be Miami ball with 11 on the 24.
I'll tell you what, the Knicks aren't saving anything. They're letting it all hang out. What a great hustle play. Oakley and then Childs. But it's still Miami basketball.
Jeff Van Gundy saying that was the difference in game 2. Game 1, the Knicks win in Miami. The Knicks are the more aggressive team. In game 2, he said Miami carried the fight to them and won the scramble for all the loose basketballs and other things. Shot clock to 2. Mashburn lost it. Shot clock violation.
Well, I think that Mashburn was aware of the shot clock. He just didn't have any place to go. All of his teammates standing still with the defense set, and Jamal had to take it himself.
Turnovers even up at 3 apiece. Johnson, low post. Double down from Mourning. Johnson gave it up to Oakley. Another outside shot, another miss. Ewing the offensive board. Creates a little space and hits the jump hook.
Well, if Miami's going to cover Patrick Ewing with P.J. Brown, the #1 responsibility Brown's going to have is to keep Ewing off the offensive boards.
Knicks back within 8. Hardaway penetrates, dishes, shot by Leonard, good from that same spot behind the arc, and Miami has not missed a three-point shot. 5 for 5.
That foul's going to go against P.J. Brown. A good shove right in the small of the back. Patrick Ewing went flying.
And that's number 2 on P.J. And so Pat Riley will go to his bench with the NBA's most improved player this season, Ike Austin.
Ike Austin not used at all much in the Orlando series, and now because of the matchups, he's the first to heat off the bench.
Ewing. 6 points for Patrick. He's only missed 1 shot. Hardaway matched up with Childs, whips it to Mourning. Ewing comes over to pick him up. He got rid of it to Leonard, and he hits another 3. Vashawn Leonard, slumbering through the first 2 games of this series, is 4 for 4 from behind the arc.
And the Heat have found somebody to help Mourning and Hardaway. Now it's up to the Knicks to find somebody to help Ewing and Houston on the offensive end.
This is Houston. Shoots over Leonard with a trifecta of his own. Oakley the offensive board, and he lays it in.
Well, that's Charles Oakley's game right there. Probably the best offensive rebounder in the game right now. He finds a way to get to the offensive glass.
He missed 4 shots from the outside, finally for the offensive board and the putback. Austin, an offensive ill-advised attempt.
Yeah,
he was way out on the floor.
Not a good shot early in the shot clock, and after just 1 pass.
Ewing fouled before he made his move to the hoop. First foul on Ike Austin. 2:15 left, opening quarter. Miami up 10.
Broken nose. Check with the Miami Heat medical staff. Looks like it's broken is the report from the sideline. They will check it to confirm that at the half, but he looks pretty good so far. Back to the table.
Staying in the game. Another offensive board by the Knicks. Vashawn Leonard knocks it out of bounds. That's 3 offensive rebounds.
Let's go back to when Mourning was hit in the nose, and it was by his own teammate, P.J. Brown, and you can see immediately Mourning in a lot of pain.
Ewing able to save it, but right to Mourning. Here comes Miami. Leonard, he's had the hot hand, now guarded by John Starks, who makes his first appearance in the New York lineup. Starks, as we heard earlier from Paul, has struggled. 2 of 15 shooting in the series. Hardaway, 3-pointer. Miami's first miss from beyond the arc after they hit their first 6.
What a great play by Ike Austin, too, falling out of bounds. Austin able to knock the ball off of Oakley, and Miami retains possession.
Heads up play. Ike Austin, shot clock at 3. Mourning was aware of it, got it away, but came up way short. Childs, quick outlet to Oakley. Starks spotted the 3. And he still cannot buy one. 2 for 16 shooting now. Well, Leonard has been untracked. Missed that one, however.
That's a tough shot for Starks to take. The way he's struggling, you need to get him an open shot, an easy shot to build his confidence. He took that 3-pointer with somebody right in his face.
That basket by Childs will not count. Foul on Leonard. Ask an insider about life in the NBA playoffs. Send an email to your favorite NBA player, coach, or expert analyst from anywhere in the world via NBA.com, the official website of the NBA. Here's Chris Childs at the free throw line in his 3rd season from Boise State. And that's his first point.
And he a free agent acquisition also. Great defensive player, like a true point guard. He looks to pass first, shoot second, and you got to keep him on the outside. Don't let him get inside, pass off for the easy baskets.
His battles with Hardaway have been epic, both in words and in deeds. And we asked Tim Hardaway about it yesterday, and what about Chris Childs? The answer? Silence. Not much silence on the court, though, when they're matched up with each other. Mourning Ewing will be called for illegal defense. He started to come double team, stopped short. Illegal defense, the first against New York.
Well, he who hesitates, and especially in illegal defense, you see Patrick over here, and he'll go across the lane. Excuse me, this is Patrick up here. He goes down, and now he's guarding nobody.
Austin had the shot, passed it up. Mourning, partially blocked, he got it back. Hardaway for three. Strong rebound by Charles Oakley. And he whips it to Starks in front court. Deflected by Austin. Mashburn for three. There's Ike Austin again. He's everywhere.
Boy, is he working hard, especially on that offensive glass.
Final 3 seconds of the quarter. Hardaway forced it up as the quarter comes to a close. Once again, the Miami Heat have been the more aggressive team. Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning being separated on that flurry at the end of the quarter. But Vashawn Leonard is the story, breaking out of his slump with 4 3-point baskets. At the end of the first quarter, Miami leading New York 20.
Involved. However, if one of those players gets another technical, they'd be ejected from the game.
Charlie Ward into the game for the New York Knicks. He's the only quarterback in New York that hasn't been trashed by Keyshawn Johnson. And John Starks finally gets a bucket.
And a little extra applause for Starks on that one, and hopefully that'll get John going in this series.
And John Crotty, one of the Miami heroes in Game 2, on the court for the Heat. Hardaway, fall away, tough shot. First bucket for Tim.
Patrick was a little upset with that play. I think they had called something coming out of the quarter, and even though the shot went in, he wasn't too happy that Hardaway took it.
Starks, let's see if he's regained his confidence after making one. The dish to Oakley. In traffic, he missed. Brown the rebound. Hardaway, 3-on-3. He'll hold it up. It's a screen from Austin and launches a three. Tim Hardaway, 2 buckets in a row. He also has 4 assists, and Miami continues to scorch from behind the arc.
Is he unbelievable? I mean, he can miss a wide open shot and then bury one with somebody hanging on his arms.
Charlie Ward, you think Keyshawn Johnson doesn't realize he played quarterback? He'd have put him in that book too. Larry Johnson, blocked by Brown. Starks with 1 to shoot, got it away. But Brown takes it away from Oakley. Miami has it back. It's been all the Heat here in the early going. Brown turns on Oakley, pulls up, can't hit it. Over the back, Ike Austin for the foul. Loose ball, foul, Austin.
Go back and look at Tim Hardaway, a fall away jump shot. Tough shot. The next one's even tougher with Buck right up in front of him. He buries the 3-pointer.
Yesterday we saw Tim, and you said, referring to his shots in the Orlando game a week ago, Game 5, how can you miss as many shots as you missed and take shots like that? And he said that came from the streets of Chicago. Third foul just called on P.J. Brown as we take a break. 29-18.
It was a nice talk, and then he said he hates me and he won't talk to me until the end of the series, so that's fine. So it was good. I appreciated it very much. It was unexpected, but I knew if some other coach was going to call me at 6:30 in the morning, it'd be him.
Yeah, that was it. It was 6:30 in the morning, and when Riley found Van Gundy at the office at 6:30, he said, you're still acting like an assistant coach, not a head coach. There's a steal by Ward, and Starks had it knocked away, but a foul on John Crotty. Patrick Ewing scoring over Austin, then the steal by Ward, and the foul on Crotty.
And the officials right now not sure if they're going to give him free throws or not. No, they say a ball inbounds on the side.
Patrick Ewing breaking out of the shooting slump anyway. He's 4 of 5 to open this game. Williams Actually, Buck was wide open, didn't realize it, finally worked his way to the rim and got an easy one.
He put a ball fake on nobody.
It was a good one, though.
It was outstanding.
Shot clock to 6. Hardaway with another fall-away shot. When he gets in his zone, he can be unstoppable. 7 points after missing his first 4 shots.
Well, he has no conscience. He doesn't care if he misses 4 in a row. His attitude is the next 4 are going to go in.
Marley comes up with a steal on the attempted pass to Buck Williams. Hardaway with that monster crossover, then couldn't finish. Rebounded by Ward. Stripped away, stolen by Mashburn. Quick hands. Hardaway threw a bad pass, picked off by Starks. Williams runs the floor, fouled by Marley.
And this is a veteran player. You see Buck gets hacked bad, but he still gets the ball up to the basket, ensuring him 2 free throws. And then Dan Marley with a little grin on his face, reaching out and grabbing Buck to make sure he doesn't hurt himself.
This has been a very physical series. Not much affection between these two teams. And the Knicks finally get their first fast break of the day, but Williams misses the free throw. Well, this series will resume tomorrow night from the Garden. That game on TNT. Vern Lundquist and Doc Rivers sitting not far from us, getting to swing into action tomorrow night. Also, the Lakers Jazz tomorrow night on TNT. Well, Buck misses 2, and the Heat with the ball up 31-22. Marley. Entry pass to Mourning. Buck Williams has the defensive assignment on him now. And Alonzo called for the offensive foul. That's his second.
And his second offensive foul. He tries to make a move to the middle of the floor, but great defensive positioning by Buck. From up top again, you see Buck slide, take the contact, and maybe helps the official a little bit.
Do you realize how much force it would take to knock Buck Williams that far? Crotty picks off the errant pass. Leonard, pull up. Kept alive by Austin. Crotty at the point now with Hardaway on the bench. Both Crotty and Hardaway had a lot of playing time together in game 2.
Crotty actually playing longer in game 2 than Deshaun Leonard.
Bad pass. Austin able to save. No. Over and back violation. Miami getting sloppy here in the recent possessions. And they'll take a timeout. Austin tried to save it, but couldn't do so. And Riley trying to regroup, but still, it's been all Miami. New York cutting into the lead a bit, though, in recent minutes. Here's John Starks. Ewing missed it from point-blank range. Marley takes it the other way. Crotty, backdoor cut on Childs, missed it. Mourning with a follow.
One thing about John Crotty, you'll never catch him standing around on the basketball floor. A nice backdoor cut that time. He didn't score, but Mourning with the offensive rebound.
6 points, 4 boards for Alonzo. Ewing facing up on Mourning and scoring over Alonzo. That's 10 for Patrick. First player in the game in double figures. He's hit 5 of 7.
Key point right now. Mourning with 2 fouls, doesn't want to pick up that third, and he is now covering Ewing, so not much in terms of defense on Ewing's move that time.
Legendary battles at Georgetown University in the summer between Ewing, Mourning, and Dikembe Mutombo.
And you watch now, Mourning really not as aggressive defensively as he usually is.
Patrick Ewing just picking up his second foul. So the 2 former Georgetown centers playing with 2 fouls apiece. This time it is Buck Williams wrestling with Alonzo. Shot clock to 6. Leonard been quiet recently. Tough shot. He got it down. Ow, wow.
See, and again, we're talking about confidence, because that's a shot he never would have hit coming into this game had he not gotten off to the good start. That was a very tough shot.
Now with 14 points, 5 of 7 shooting. So Ewing in double figures for the Knicks, and point honors for the game with Sean Leonard. Ike Austin picking up the foul. That's number 3 on Austin.
Ike Austin really standing John Starks up as he went through the hole. Looked more like a football block than basketball.
John Starks at the free throw line. New York has not hit a free throw.
John Starks, instant offense off the bench, of course, won the 6-man award this year. And he does have the ability to excite this New York crowd. So far, Miami has kept him pretty much in check, not only today, but certainly for the series.
And kept the crowd in check, too. That's an important point. Miami, with the big lead, is able to effectively silence the Garden crowd. Alonzo Mourning and a little shoving, drew a reaction that time with a free throw good. And Miami with the ball, leading 35-26. Tim Hardaway's gotten a good long rest spelled by Crotty at the point. Screen and roll for Leonard. He feels it. Mourning. And it'll be Miami ball. As Childs was on the baseline. Here they are the other time on that last free throw.
Now, I'm not sure, but I think they might have been in the lane a little early that time.
You think
so? Since the shot went in, there was no call. Had the free throw been missed, would have shot that one over.
Childs didn't intend to be in the lane that early, but he was thrown in there by Mourning. Alonzo facing up on Ewing. Nobody to rebound for the Heat. It's Childs for the Knicks. Ewing on Mourning. Oakley still can't get it down, and finally draws the foul.
And that's what Charles Oakley does best. You see Patrick trying to go to the basket this time, not shooting the fall-away jumper. Oakley misses the first one, but he keeps right after it. Upset with himself that he didn't get that one to go down as he slams the basket standard.
Foul number 2 on Mashburn. Oakley's only 1 of 7 shooting, but he does have 5 rebounds, 4 of them off the offensive glass. And the free throw. Don't forget, coming up next, Charles Barkley, the Houston Rockets, taking the floor against Sean Kemp and the Seattle Sonics. And then later today, the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan meeting Dikembe Mutombo and the Atlanta Hawks as their conference semifinal continues.
And of course, the Sonics series, the Sonics have to win that game. Houston winning game 3 in Seattle. And everybody ready to write the Bulls off. But after the second half yesterday in Atlanta, might be a little premature.
Chicago just exploding in the second half at Atlanta after trailing at halftime by 6, finally winning by 20.
Atlanta scoring only 28 points in the entire second half yesterday.
This game, the first of 3 on NBC today. Chris Childs just committing his second foul. Tim Hardaway is back for Miami. Foul call on Childs.
Oops, technical
foul as well.
You can't show up an official like that, and Childs slapping his hand, and the minute he did it, Bernie Fryer teed him up. Here's the foul, and then watch the reaction right there with the slap of the hand, and that's a technical.
So the personal and the technical foul on Childs. He has 3 fouls. Tim Hardaway.
Childs explaining he was applauding the call, actually.
Nice try. And he'll go to the bench. Charlie Ward returns. Screen from Mourning. He rolls and gets the pass. Oakley stripped it away with help from Ward. Here's Charlie Ward to Oakley and 1.
This is a real bad play by Vashawn Leonard. You see a great play by Charlie Ward reaching in and slapping it away. The fast break to the other end, and watch Leonard. He has no chance to stop this or defend it. All he's going to do is give the Knicks an extra free throw.
Charlie Ward with the steal and the assist. Austin and Brown already with 3 personals for the Heat. And Oakley with a 3-point play. That pulls New York within 6. Riley's team has had the lead virtually the entire first half, but New York making a run. Ewing guarding Mourning as Marley fires from outside. Picked up by Mashburn on the long rebound. Hardaway in traffic, partially blocked and taken by Allen Houston. Oakley posting Marley. Missed it again from in close.
Charles done a little too quick that time.
Hardaway missed, tapped in by Mashburn. Jamal Mashburn, the New Yorker, having a good first half.
Oakley had Marley on him at the other end. That's a mismatch, but Charles got a little too quick getting the ball up to the basket. You got to take your time when you have the mismatch like that.
3 minutes left in the half. Wide open Oakley again to Ewing. Another offensive rebound momentarily for Oakley. It'll be, though, Miami's ball. They say Charles touched it last. You're watching the NBA on. New York had a couple of early leads, 2-0 and 4-3, but Miami has taken control since then. Biggest lead for the Heat was 12. Alonzo Mourning, pretty outside shot, and we've seen him, especially in practice, hit that time and again.
And he's worked hard to improve his perimeter shooting, and as you saw, he's not hesitant to take it anymore.
Blocked by Mourning on the attempt by Houston. Houston again, this time from outside. No good, and Hardaway clears for Miami.
And Vashawn Leonard got hit in the face that time, very slow to come up the court.
Hardaway for 3. Easy board for Oakley. Charles now with 7. Ewing off a brilliant pass, couldn't finish with the jam.
Well, that was a good idea because that would have brought the house down. He just hit the back iron with the attempted dunk.
3 crossovers by Hardaway. Still can't shake Houston. Look at this. Marcus Haynes lives. Leonard. Rebounded by Oakley.
Leonard thought he was fouled that time by Charlie Ward, and I'm not sure he wasn't.
Miami by 10. 1:30 left. First half. Larry Johnson's been quiet. Over Mashburn. Ewing with an offensive rebound. Mourning had inside position. Ewing went up top to get it. Oakley.
I think Larry Johnson has to get more involved in the offense here. The Heat covering Larry Johnson with Mashburn or with Marley, and that's a matchup that New York must take advantage of.
Heat inverting their offense here. Mashburn at the point. Hardaway running baseline, but unable to shake Charlie Ward. Mourning's open. Again, that pretty outside shot. Alonzo Mourning, he's in double figures.
And a good job of Miami running their offense that time. They brought both Hardaway and Leonard off of the Mourning screen, and Zoe popped open.
Houston misses. Hardaway has it. 35 seconds left, second quarter. About a 15-second differential. Leonard launches the 3. Ewing skies for the rebound. And New York will hold for the final shot. Oakley with a screen for Ward. Charlie Ward. And Mourning appears to be hurt, writhing on the floor as Mashburn gets away a final shot, then comes up short. Mashburn still remains on the floor beneath the New York goal. Slowly getting to his feet. Charlie Ward with that last basket, and the flurry underneath. Alonzo Mourning injured.
Charlie Ward does a great job taking the ball right to the basket. You'll see Mourning come over, try it for the block, and he gets tangled up with Ward and goes down hard. I can't tell if it's a knee, an ankle, or he got kicked in the head while he was laying on the floor. So he's got a smile on his face now, though. He's all right.
Well, maybe he's all right because the Heat are up. It's 42-34 Miami. Stay tuned for the Prudential halftime report coming up after the...
They felt the Knicks made their run when they got much more physical. Miami has to match that. Feel they can also get better shots at the offensive end. Alonzo Mourning's nose is not broken. That is good news, but Miami has to be careful. In 4 of the 6 wins this year by New York over Miami, they have dominated the third quarter, 28-19 on the average. Back to you guys.
P.J. Brown hitting the open jumper, and a great defensive stand to start the second half with a block shot by Alonzo Mourning.
Allen Houston, who was rejected by Mourning last possession, gets it to Ewing this time. P.J. Brown guarding Ewing. Short, and slapped to Mashburn. Mourning sets a screen for Mashburn, rolls to the hoop and gets the pass. Ewing and Mourning collide. The foul will be on Patrick Ewing. That is, no, Larry Johnson coming to help. All right, it's on Larry Johnson. That's his first.
And what a great pass by Mashburn off of the dribble with one hand. He really threaded it through from the top. You see the foul. They called it on Larry Johnson from the backside.
Well, Alonzo Mourning, who has been more like Shaquille Mourning in the playoffs with his free throw shooting.
And we've already seen him demonstrate that shooting out to 15 feet. And we've seen the shot blocking as well. Big key in this game. Both Mourning and Ewing able to escape the first half with only the 2 personal fouls.
And Ewing escaping that last one as he collided with Mourning, with a foul instead called on Larry Johnson. Mourning, though, misses the free throws. It remains a 10-point Miami lead. Johnson against Mashburn. There's the double team from Mourning. Oakley from outside. Still can't buy one from that range, but the long rebound into the arms of Larry Johnson. Nice pass to Oakley, stripped away by Hardaway.
I think Johnson's going to have to be a little more selfish, Tom. Start taking that shot. I don't think Mashburn can guard him on the low post by himself.
Hardaway worked himself free. Rebound to Childs. Childs looking for Ewing. Brown fronting him, so Childs takes baseline. Got away with a bad pass. Shot clock 6. Houston fall away over P.J. Brown. Pretty bucket.
Well, that was a good decision by Allen. He's being covered by a big man on the perimeter. Get that big guy to move his feet, then take that fall-away shot.
Only 3 of 10 shooting by Houston today, who's been so hot for New York in the playoffs. Hardaway threw a bad pass intended for Mourning. Hardaway, one of the NBA leaders in assist to turnover ratio on the positive side, which led to a $1 million bonus. But that time his turnover leads to a Ewing slam.
Patrick caught P.J. Brown, the defender, on the high side, spun baseline, and Miami and Pat Riley want the 22nd time to the advantage of the Miami Heat.
Best road team in the NBA during the regular season, trying to steal one here. And speaking of steals, Larry Johnson to Childs. And a foul.
And that's going to be number 3 on Mourning. Maybe not a smart decision by Zoe. Childs had inside position. He tried to block it from behind. Mashburn losing the ball to Johnson, and Johnson with a nice cross-court pass, and you see Zoe from the backside trying to block it, and probably not a smart play by Mourning.
Chris Childs at the free throw line for New York. Miami continues to have only 1 point from the free throw line in the game. That was a result of the Childs technical foul in the first half, which Hardaway hit. Alonzo Mourning just missed 2 a moment ago, so Miami is only 1 of 3 from the free throw line, and yet still up by 5.
Hard to believe, as physical as this game is, and as hard as both teams are taking the ball to the basket, that at this point Miami would have only 3 free throws.
Knicks closed to within 4. That's the closest it's been since early in the first quarter. Three Heat players in foul difficulty. Great anticipation by Oakley to pick that one off, and New York with a chance to pull even closer.
That's the second steal because Mourning not holding off the defender in the low post.
Larry Johnson posting Mashburn, now taking him to the basket. Foul Jamal Mashburn. And that'll be his 3rd.
And I don't know why Johnson isn't doing this every time down. He's only had 2 shot attempts, and that's what Patrick's telling him. Saying, Larry, you've got a mismatch. You've got to take him to the basket, put the pressure on Miami's defense.
So LJ at the free throw line. And the Miami foul woes continue to mount. Mashburn joins the players in foul trouble with 3 as Larry Johnson has risen to the task in the playoffs.
A large part of that, of course, his statistics in the 3-game series against Charlotte, the team that Larry Johnson used to play for.
And one of the things he has really done is improve his free throws. Despite that miss, he is 19 of 21 from the free throw line in the playoffs. 1 of 2 makes it a 3-point game. The Knicks have scored 7 in a row, and it's 44-41 Miami. Dan Issel, Hall of Famer, is in town for Game 3, Miami and New York, and the Knicks on a 7-0 run. Oakley called for the foul on Mourning.
And that time, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. That time, Mourning saying to Leonard, throw the ball over on the side the defender is not, and I'll be able to hold him off. Oakley won't be able to get around and make the steal.
Instead, he makes his 2nd foul. Hardaway against Childs. Off a screen, Leonard open. He's cooled off since that torrid streak he had to start the game.
Well, he started off 4 for 4 and has since just made 1 out of 7.
Ewing out on the floor, puts it on the floor against P.J. Brown and scores. Patrick Ewing.
Well, with Miami in all the foul trouble, believe you me, New York knows it, and they're going to spend the rest of this game taking the ball hard to the basket.
That's a 9-0 run for New York. All the way Hardaway. It was the Hardaway, and Mourning saves the possession for Miami with a jam off the offensive board. Miami's lead back to 3. Brown pushing Ewing a little bit out of his comfort zone, perhaps, but Patrick puts it on the floor again. This time, can't finish it. Leonard in a hurry for Miami. Wide open, P.J. Brown. Oh, bad looking shot. Air ball with a wide open look. Childs. Hardaway able to save that pass to P.J. Brown. Miami with the ball up 1. Mashburn driving, cut off by Ewing, threw it right to Oakley. Knicks with a chance to take the lead. Larry Johnson against Mashburn, passed up the shot. Now backing in. Ball away. New York in front.
tough shot by Larry Johnson, but now he's starting to realize that the mismatch is certainly going to play in his favor.
New York with its first lead since 4-3. Mashburn can't answer for Miami. Childs. Johnson hacked by Mourning. Alonzo Mourning picking up his 4th foul.
Larry Johnson really starting to get involved in the offense. See him take Mashburn to the middle of the floor and the fall-away jump shot. And then the last play going strong at Mourning, picking up the 4th personal foul on Alonzo.
And now Joey Crawford involved in a discussion with Johnson, Oakley, and Ewing.
There's been a technical foul called, and it's going against New York. I'm not sure who it's against. Oakley, Johnson, and Ewing all trying to find out the same thing, but Hardaway's at the other end of the floor shooting a free throw.
Technical foul on Larry Johnson. As Patrick Ewing discusses it with Joey Crawford. And now on the Alonzo Mourning personal foul, Larry Johnson at the line. Mourning goes to the bench with 4 fouls, replaced by Ike Austin.
You see the hard foul by Mourning, and Johnson and Zoe have had something going ever since their days in Charlotte together, and they're not the best of friends. Larry's going to prove to Mourning, I'm not going to take that physical stuff. It cost him a technical foul, but he made his point.
Former Hornet teammates squaring off on that one.
The key point in the game now, Tom. There's 5.5 minutes to go. You know Mourning won't be back in this quarter with the 4 personal fouls. It'll be up to the rest of his Heat teammates, see if they can't hold off New York to the end of the period.
Johnson again hits 1 of 2. New York leads by 1, 48-47. This 3rd quarter so far has belonged to New York. There's the run by the Knicks. Hardaway forced that one up and bailed out by P.J. Brown.
Well, that's the second big offensive rebound and basket. The first one a minute or so ago by Mourning. That one by P.J. Brown kind of break New York's momentum.
Houston off a screen. Leonard right with him. Got a step on the baseline. Allen Houston draws the foul. Well, Allen Houston, you may be familiar. His dad, Wade, coached him at Tennessee. Here he is with this move.
Well, Houston realizing Mourning isn't in there, and Ike Austin a physical player, but he's not the shot blocker that you have to worry about that Mourning is.
4th foul on Austin. Houston hits the free throw. His dad, Wade, lost his job as Tennessee coach and now is back in his hometown of Louisville, running a trucking company, and Allen played a little joke on him this week. He called the trucking company, left a message for Wade Houston, and said it was C.M. Newton calling, the athletic director at Kentucky, which of course was looking for a coach in the wake of Rick Pitino taking the Celtics job. Allen quickly called back, though before too long he was afraid his dad would get a little too excited. Cruel joke. Hardaway had it taken away by Childs. Chris Childs with a pull-up, feeds inside instead. Ewing to Oakley, and 3-second violation against New York. They overpassed that time.
Yeah, they really did, and that's what resulted in the 3-second call being made. Oakley positioning himself for the offensive rebound. He thought that the shot was going to come up first here, then there, and you see Oakley never got out of the lane.
Hardaway with that crossover on Childs. Oakley tries to help. Let's see who the foul will be on. It's on Childs. And that is number 4 on Chris. He's the first Knick in serious foul trouble.
Well, you never want to say that Hardaway is taking too much on his shoulders, Tom, because he can hit some unbelievable shots. But the last 3 or 4 trips, Timmy's gone to the middle, taking the shot himself. He's got to get his teammates involved here.
Saw Charlie Ward in for Childs and taking up the defensive duties on Hardaway. Pick and roll. Brown back outside. Hardaway for three. That is an impossible shot. Charlie Ward was all over him.
But he can do it, and that's his way of playing the game. He's never afraid to take the shot in any circumstance.
Dozen points for Hardaway. Miami by a deuce. Ewing passed it off. Three to shoot. Ward. Ewing, the offensive rebound, knocked away and out of bounds by the quick hands of Hardaway.
Nice defensive play by Timmy. Let's go down to the other end. You see Marley start to penetrate, gives Hardaway just a little bit of room to get that shot off, and he buries it.
Yankee Stadium in Madison Square Garden. I mean, it would be a big deal for me if we were playing at Yankee Stadium, but you know, we're playing in the Garden. I was never one of those kids that used to sneak into the gym and watch the Knicks play, anything like that. I was more interested in baseball, so it's just like another gym for me.
Yankee Stadium.
I think he'd have too big a strike zone for Yankee Stadium. Nobody's guarding him now.
Mashburn missed the shot though after getting the rebound on the defensive end. Miami will get another chance. Mashburn saying his mom told him it's good to see him smile again. There weren't many smiles when he was down in Dallas.
Well, it's fun to play games after the regular season that really means something. That's what you work so hard for. This is Jamal's first experience at that.
Hardaway. What a move. Tim Hardaway continues to amaze. He has 14.
He has that ability to shoot the ball just a little bit higher than the defender's going to be able to reach it, that time over the top of Ewing.
Once again, Tim Hardaway carrying Miami on his shoulders. Ewing, no backside help from the Miami defense. Ewing lays it in.
Well, that's a good point. If you're going to front Ewing on the low post, you got to make sure you've got defensive help behind it.
Here's the ball in the hands of Tim Hardaway again. The cutting Leonard from Hardaway.
Tough shot by Sean, but that's the way you'd have to deal with a shot blocker. He shot that ball right in Ewing's face.
First basket in the second half for Leonard. He has 16 in the game. Four-point Miami lead. Oakley swatted away by Marley on the floor. New York ball. Riley arguing vigorously. Riley, of course, since he faxed in his resignation to the Knicks, is not what you would call a favorite here at Madison Square Garden. The headlines call him Pat the Rat, and he told us yesterday somebody sent him this rat mask, a Halloween mask that covers your whole head. He said, if I wore it to come in today, do you think that would defuse them? We said, no, I don't think so.
Everybody would have gotten a kick out of it, though.
John Starks on the floor for New York in the final 2 minutes of this third quarter. 9-4 run, even though Zoe went out of the game. Marley for three. Out into the hands of Oakley. Starks. Rebounded by Johnson. That'll be a goaltend, went in anyway. Larry Johnson, only 2 points in the first 2 quarters, has scored 6 in this third.
And I think Larry might have gotten away with a push on that one. You see Mashburn go flying out of bounds. Johnson with the offensive rebound, and the goaltend by P.J. Brown.
2-point game. Oakley doubling Hardaway. Then he gets back. Fall away baseline. Hardaway went halfway down, came out to Starks. Hardaway and Starks scrambling. Taken by Leonard, and he's fouled.
And the Knick bench can't believe that call. They're going crazy over there. It looked like Vashawn Leonard kind of throws the ball up. Great job by Hardaway knocking the ball around and away.
Wow.
And Leonard just kind of throws the ball up there. That didn't look like much of a foul, considering some of the things that have been let go so far this game.
And Leonard rolls it in. Did you see Hardaway, while laying on the floor, managed to get a hand on there to deflect the ball further? He has been amazing, but we've come to expect that from him these last few games.
And he's going to get a rest here, probably just for the minute that we have left in the third quarter. John Crotty has checked in, and we'll see if Hardaway isn't back to start the fourth.
Miami only 3 of 5 at the free throw line for the game. Leonard sinks 2. And the Heat reclaim their 4-point lead. Starks against Leonard. Mashburn on the switch. Open man is Johnson. P.J. Brown helps out. Johnson misses from outside. Ewing, perfect timing on the offensive rebound. Then he gets the roll.
Well, what happened was switching defense by Miami. They wound up with Mashburn guarding Ewing underneath the basket, and that's why Patrick was able to get the offensive rebound.
18 points, 9 boards for Patrick. Mashburn with a dish to Brown, who's fouled by Ewing, I believe. It'll be Ewing or Starks. Let's see. It's on Starks. Starks first, as Ewing once again escapes the personal.
Mashburn does a nice job getting to the middle of the floor, dishes it off, and the foul again from behind. And it's about the second or third time they could have called Ewing for his 4th personal.
Brown misses the free throw. Larry Johnson will get a rest for the final 25 seconds of the quarter at least. One of 2 at the line, P.J. Brown. It's Miami 59, New York 56. Charlie Ward guarded by John Crotty. Ewing on a high post as they hold it for the final shot of the quarter. High screen from Ewing. Nice catch by Patrick. Marley got it away and comes up short. That's the end of the third quarter. Tim Hardaway keeping Miami in the game. At the end of 3, Miami up 1 on New York, 59-58. We'll be back after the New York with a chance to take the lead. John Crotty called for a hand check foul on John Starks. Number 2. To Starks. That looked like one of those Heisman passes at Florida State.
And a nice play designed by Van Gundy to come out and get Starks an easy basket and get him involved in the offense.
With this team on the floor, where are they going to get points? It almost has to be Hardaway, as P.J. Brown takes it to the basket and draws the foul.
A screen at the top of the floor springs Starks wide open, and a great pass by Ward. And there's the reaction of the Knicks bench, getting John Starks a bucket.
Now Brown, he's hit 1 of 2 free throws. You see his numbers on the game. That and ties it up. P.J. Brown, the 4th year out of Louisiana Tech, played 3 years across the Hudson River in New Jersey. Free agent acquisition, and his 2 free throws regain the lead for Miami.
And one of those guys that there wasn't a big demand for him around the league, but Riley knew what his value could be to this club.
One of the pieces of the puzzle that resulted in 61 regular season wins. Houston able to shake Marley for the 3. How did he do that?
I don't know. I don't know, because he really didn't shake Marley. He shook him, but Marley was still there.
Buck Williams and Alonzo Mourning, who came in at the last dead ball, wrestling for position. Williams called for the foul.
Go back and take another look at this. Marley right under the chin Houston, a tough shot.
They're into it. 11 points for Allen. Not a good shooting day, only 4 of 11. Austin gives it up to Hardaway. Mike Austin from outside. Still 5 seconds on the shot clock. I don't think that's what they were looking for.
No, not at all. Perimeter jump shots isn't going to win the game for Miami, and I know Pat a little upset with that shot. Same play that Starks got his layup on earlier.
Not there this time. Now Starks out on the court. Screen from Buck Williams. Mourning picks him up on the switch. Now Hardaway is back. Starks. Thought Hardaway might have gotten a piece of it, but no, it'll be Miami's ball. Jeff Van Gundy and the Knicks have engineered a comeback with 9:54 left. It's New York by 2. The NBA on NBC. One of the legendary classic moments in the NBA. Crotty gets it inside to Austin. Turning, double team, stripped by Ward.
Charlie Ward's been a catalyst in this run, doing a nice job coming off the bench.
Much as John Crotty was in Game 2 for Miami, it's been Charlie Ward providing a spark for New York. Allen Houston pushed by Marley. That's 2 on Dan. Second team foul in the period.
Houston working against Marley, trying to get another open jump shot, but a little too much contact by Marley.
Just over 9 minutes left. High post, Houston. Marley right there. The cutting Starks, blocked by Mourning, and then he pulls it down. Brilliant play by Alonzo.
Really was. He came from the far side of the lane. Starks thought he had an easy layup. Mourning knocking it away.
Then Charlie Ward took it away, and Starks slams it home. Knicks have their biggest lead. Starks, foul on Mourning.
Starks taking the ball to the basket, and out of nowhere comes Mo. Not only the block, but as well with the rebound, but then Starks beating Mourning down the floor.
Hardaway, pick and roll to Austin. Blocked by Buck Williams, but he fouled him. And a technical foul on Buck. It's the only way Miami can get a free throw these days is a technical foul.
Well, you just can't react like that. I know Buck thought he made a great play. He thought he had the block against Austin. But you just can't react like that because the officials are not going to let themselves be shown up. You see, right there, the technical foul.
Well, Hardaway is 2 for 2 on technical free throws. Jeff Van Gundy getting the explanation and saying, I know, but.
I think he's saying that Buck got all basketball, stuck his hand in and hit the top of the ball. And Austin going to shoot 2 free throws regardless.
Rolls in the first off the front rim. Missed the second. Nice rebound by Buck Williams. Free throw by Austin. Get this, Dan, the first Miami bench points.
Wow.
Buck Williams over Mourning. Saved by Austin.
Tough shot by Buck. Not only was there a lot of contact, but he was trying to do it with his left hand.
Hardaway to Mourning. Little out of his range. Ewing taps it to himself. 10 rebounds and a double-double now for Patrick. Marley, a blocking foul.
Marley trying to stick with Houston down the side of the court. The official had Rush a little bit in the way, but the blocking foul, Marley certainly doesn't agree with that call.
The New York Knicks have done some strafing of their own here in the second half. Overhauled Miami. The Heat led by a dozen in the first half. At one point. Patrick Ewing, as always, one of the main guns for the Knicks.
Patrick getting fired up. That was a nice little low post move, getting the shot over Ike Austin.
22 for Patrick. Mourning held to 12 so far in the battle of the former Georgetown big men. Leonard, open three. Air ball. He made his first 4, 2 of them from that spot in the first half.
Shots get a little tighter when the game is on the line.
Ewing lost it. Mourning with a good deflection. Austin picked it up. Hardaway pulls up with a 3. Oh, wow. Tim Hardaway continues to have no conscience in those shots.
And Van Gundy telling us yesterday they've got to take the airspace away. They've got to tighten up. I don't think Charlie Ward could have been any tighter than he was on that shot.
17 points for Tim Hardaway. Lob to Ewing. Again, Mourning fronting, and Austin too late on the weak side help.
What has to happen is as soon as Ike Austin sees that ball is in the air, he's got to get down there and cover up for Zoe, who's on the front side.
Game 3 so far has belonged to the teacher Ewing over the pupil Mourning. There Alonzo answers, though, with his 14th point, only his 4th point in the second half. Ewing. Patrick Ewing, Dan, you being a connoisseur of big man play, is one of the most aggressive position players, isn't he?
He really is, and he does a good job of holding off the defender. The reason the foul was called on Austin is because Patrick was taking up the room, making Austin come over his shoulder to hit the ball.
Miami hoping to push Patrick out of his comfort zone, but not always successful. He has 24 in the game. There's a push. Marley on Houston.
Thing about Allen Houston is he's a great shooter, but he can also, if you close the gap, he can put the ball on the floor, and because of that ability, he's going to get 2 free throws here.
And he'll have another. Allen, of course, is a great free throw shooter.
A lot of great shooters, Tommy, you can take out of the game by getting up and playing them aggressively, like Marley's trying to do with Houston. But that ability to put it on the floor makes him real difficult to stop.
And now it can be told, since it's Mother's Day, he told us yesterday that his mom, Alice, used to intercede when his dad was coach at Tennessee. The teammates would say, "You got to call your mom and tell her to lighten up on us." So that was the formula. Bad pass saved by Marty, but he's in deep trouble. Shot clock ticking down. Hardaway misses the 3. Back tap, but right to Starks. Numbers New York. Then Miami gets back. Knicks with the ball, up 4. Ewing. P.J. Brown almost traveled. Here's Leonard. Marley takes it to the basket and draws the foul.
Leonard's going to be a little hesitant to take that shot now because once again, after that fast start today, he's really not had a lot of shots go down, including an air ball the last time. This time Marley gets by Starks, takes it inside, but the foul, and he'll have 2 free throws.
Starks with that reach in for number 3. Free throw shooting, or lack of it, have Been one of the keys for Miami throughout the playoffs. Today they are now 10 of 15. New York has attempted 21, hitting 16.
A lot of people interested in who starts for your team. More importantly, who is on the floor when the game is on the line. Marley getting an awful lot of minutes here in the second half.
Ewing, that time the backside help was there. Brown and Mourning double team and forced him to give the ball up. Shot clock 4. Houston. That'll be a shot clock violation. Didn't hit the rim. So a good defensive stand that time by the Miami Heat. Timeout with 4:11 left in the game. Miami will have the ball when we return. Here's slight edge to Ewing today.
Both of them shooting the ball extremely well this afternoon.
Only 2 field goals this quarter for Miami, but looking to tie the game here, perhaps take the lead with a 3. Leonard for 3. LaShawn Leonard once again finds the 3-point range, and Miami reclaims the lead.
Well, that's a tough shot right there, especially considering the last time he heaved it up there, he missed the rim by about 4 feet.
There's that shooter's confidence we talked about earlier. 3-point shooting by Miami key today. Oakley, he'll shoot 2. Alonzo Mourning, that'll be 5 on Zoe. Now let's see, now they are changing it. And the crowd reacting as it is announced differently after it had been announced on Mourning.
I think the PA announcer here was hoping that it was on Mourning.
P.J. Brown getting the foul, and now it is back on Mourning. Joey Crawford went back and said no, you were right the first time. It is on Zoe, and that is 5.
Ewing's going to miss the whole basket, which enables Oakley to get in, and yes, right there, the foul was on Zoe.
I think I was seeing things.
Well, you thought you made a mistake once, but you were wrong.
Right. Oakley with 1 free throw remaining. This would give New York the lead. Knicks seesaw back in front.
Well, the last 3.5 minutes of this game, I think you're going to be seeing the star players take over. Hardaway and Mourning on this end of the floor.
Hardaway's fall away shot went out. Ewing, though, couldn't handle the rebound. Out of bounds to Miami.
Patrick trying to convince Joey Crawford he got pushed from the back, but Crawford having none of it.
Mourning at long range. Now in the hands of Hardaway. Working on Childs. Ewing comes to cut him off. Leonard for 3. Tough offensive board by P.J. Brown. Leonard takes it to the basket. Reverse, no good. Mourning puts it home. It won't count. Foul before Mourning's putback.
Rashawn Leonard, a strong move to the basket, and he paid for it, too. Rashawn puts the ball on the floor, goes up and under, and he gets hit right across the face by Charles Oakley.
Number 3 on Oakley.
Good vertical leap by Pat there.
And Leonard misses the free throw. And the Knicks will take a timeout. Free throw remaining when we return to the Garden. 2:51 on the clock. Leonard and Alonzo Mourning. At this stage of the game, Pat Riley, no choice but to leave him out there with 5 fouls, huh?
No, and no choice for Mourning either. He's got to play physical basketball, not worry about picking up the 6th one, because if he concentrates on that, he's not going to be very useful anyway.
Tie game. Starks for 3. Knocked down and a call. That'll be 3 free throws after the foul. on Vashawn Leonard. Big mistake by Leonard.
It was a huge mistake by Leonard. Number one, it's a very, very difficult shot. Starks a good foot behind the three-point line, and John has really been struggling shooting the basketball. You certainly don't want to take him off the hook with a foul there.
Starks 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Third foul on Leonard was huge. Free throw shooting in the day heavily in favor of New York. Don't forget, still 2 games to come here on NBC. Coming up right after this one, Houston and Seattle in game 4, and then of course Atlanta and Chicago to round things out this evening. Starks hits all 3, and that's the margin of the New York lead.
See if Hardaway doesn't get it to Zoe or call his own number right here.
They clear out for Hardaway to go one-on-one with Childs. Double comes. Leonard, 3 to shoot. Mourning for the three-pointer, no good. P.J. Brown, the offensive rebound.
Huge offensive rebound. New York, a great defensive stand. They get a tough shot from Mourning, and now the Heat get it all over again.
Marley with the entry to Mourning. Turns on Oakley. Back rim, another offensive rebound by Brown, but Starks took it away. John Starks reaches in to steal the ball, and New York has it, leading by 3, under 2 minutes. John Starks with a spark here late in the game. Oakley still can't hit an outside shot. Marley the rebound.
We talked about Starks' ability to ignite this crowd, and he's done it with 3 free throws right now.
And the Heat will take a timeout. Pat Riley planning his strategy for the final minute 37. You're watching.
As he has opened up the floor and let Tim Hardaway decide if he takes the jumper, if he takes the ball to the basket, or if he draws the double team and kicks off.
Hardaway gets a screen from Mourning. Starks deflected it out of bounds.
Well, it definitely hit Starks. Van Gundy was hoping it also hit Vashawn Leonard on the way out of bounds, but Miami retains possession. 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Marley gives it up to Hardaway. You see the shot clock left of your screen. Hardaway mismatched against Ewing. Mourning traveled.
What happens when you have your big men handling the ball out on the floor, a situation that Zoe certainly not used to, and he shuffled the feet.
3-point New York lead approaching the final minute. Shot clock down to 7. Houston baseline on Marley. Missed the shot. Oakley had it for a moment. Miami ball. 56 seconds left.
Got to give Marley a lot of credit on that defensive stand. He stayed right with Houston, even though Allen got to the baseline for the jumper.
Miami trails by 3. P.J. Brown. 3 to shoot. Marley lost it. Hardaway way out on the floor. Shot clock violation. Miami just did not look in sync. Give the Knicks defense credit. They took them out of any offensive pattern they wanted to run.
They really did. There was never an opportunity to shoot the basketball, and as a result, Hardaway has to throw it up from almost half court.
Tough defense by the Knicks. We'll be back after these messages.
Trip for us.
Now the pressure falls to the Miami defense. Must stop.
Biggest defensive stand of this series so far, because there's no way Miami can give up additional points now.
Here's Ewing way out. Mourning slapped it away. Loose ball. Ewing and Mourning. And Ewing out of bounds. Turn it over to Miami with 13-4.
And just like a few minutes ago when Mourning's handling the ball out at the three-point line, the Knicks come back and give it to Patrick outside, and he falls out of bounds. He has the ball, but he hits the out-of-bounds line.
The pupil with a lesson for the teacher that time.
They are now going to move it up to the front court, but it has to stay on this side of the floor where Ewing went out of bounds.
13-4 left. New York leads by 3. Hardaway, the inbounds from Mashburn. Chris Childs on the defense. Miami's down 3. Hardaway picked up by Ewing, who blocks it. Patrick Ewing with a block and the defensive play of the game.
Good play because Ewing knows that they're going to try to get the ball off of his screen at the top of the floor, and he runs over. He knows Hardaway's the only player that's going to take that shot in that situation, and that closes it out right there.
Well, we talked about big men handling the ball out on the floor. That time, the big man was out on the floor for defensive purposes and made a game-saving play. That'll do it. The teacher, Patrick Ewing, with a schoolbook, textbook play, blocking the attempted tying shot and saving the game for the New York Knicks. 25 points, 11 rebounds for Patrick Ewing as the New York Knicks take a 2-1 lead in the series with the Miami Heat. Let's go to Paul Sunderland, who is with Patrick Ewing. Paul?
This one was in doubt till the very end. Talk about the last timeout before the defensive stand and your block on Timmy.
Well, I was kind of upset that the fact that I turned the ball over. We wanted to hold it to about 6 seconds for me to go one-on-one. They did a pretty good job of forcing me out, but I was able to redeem myself by getting that big block.
Series is going to be like this back and forth. And speaking of back and forth, you come back right again tomorrow and play. How about you physically coming back so quickly?
Well, I feel fine. You know, that's the way that it is. That's the way that the schedule is, so that I have to step up, suck it up, and get the job done.
All right, congratulations to you on the big win and the block. Let's go back to Tom.
All right, Paul, and so the final score is New York 77, Miami 73, as the Knicks take a 2-1 lead in the series, coming to Game 4 tomorrow night. For Dan Issel and Paul Sunderland, Tom Hammond saying so long from New York. Now let's go to the Houston-Seattle game and join Greg Gumbel.